Hey guys, it's August 6th and the camera's right there. What's up? Okay, sorry for not having come the last couple of days. It's been really busy, but in an awesome way. I've been helping at the shop, doing some scenic painting on some furniture, and that shop is Figgy's Trading Post in Prescott. That's Tish's business, so that's awesome. So go there, buy some stuff. Hope you like the stuff I'm painting. Also working with the patriarch of the family. Wait, is that the right? It's the dude of the family. Mark and his sons doing. I got a side job there too, doing some. They do construction and stuff, and I got to do some cleaning on this house they were finishing up. So it's really cool. Doing that today too. So hopefully I have time to finish this because it's like 6:30, 6:40, about to be 7 o'clock in the morning. So almost time to go to work. Let's see what else. The big update here for the people that I had some people contacting me, and Margaret especially. Hi Margaret, if you see this. I did tell Mama Bros that you were worried about her, and she did remember you, and she said that yeah, she totally does remember you, and she knows exactly who you are. So she sends her, you know, I told her you sent her love and stuff. It was she's doing really good. Is my point. Is Mama Bros is doing really good. I've had the pleasure of getting to hang out with her a few times, not one-on-one yet, like for helping her with stuff, but just, you know, easing me in as it were. But she's doing really good, and a lot better than I thought, dude, like, which is amazing. She looks fantastic, she really does. She's just, you know, she's on a break, bros, sisters, so give her some break time, and know that she's doing really good. Okay, cool. Now let's see. August 7th, prayer in Father's house. They found him in the temple, and he said to them, quote, ... Did you know that I must be about my Father's business? Exclamation mark. That's Luke 2:46-49. Which reminds me too, if you could throw in some prayers, not just for Mama Bros, but also for John Keane from the Best Damn podcast. He put out a message this morning that was really beautiful. You should go check it out. He's sick right now, going through it, but he's going to be awesome, especially with your prayers. So please send your prayers, because he's definitely, as Mama Bros is, about Father's work. So God bless them to both of them, and may their healing be quick. They found him in the temple, and he said to them, Did you not know that I must be about my Father's business? That's a 12-year-old Yeshua, Jesus. His parents were like, Where were you? We were sick about you. We couldn't find you anywhere. He turned around, and his little 12-year-old's like, It's about my Father's work, he tells his earthly parents. Our Lord's childhood was not immaturity waiting to grow into manhood. His childhood is an eternal fact. I am a holy, innocent child of God as a result of my identification with my Lord and Savior? Question mark. Do I look at my life as being in my Father's house? With an exclamation mark. Question mark. Is the Son of God living in his Father's house within me? Oh, I like that. Let's say that again. Is the Son of God living in his Father's house within me? Is he in your heart? Is he in your heart? Have you allowed him in? Have you given him the wheel of your heart? Do you pass by your whatever question or decision you have past your heart? Or do you go straight to your mind and impulsively decide depending on your emotions? Well, do you really think about it through your heart? Do you think about it through your heart? Hi, Dexter. Come here, boo. Just give him a minute to think about it. Come here. Say hi to the peeps. Dexter's going to work with me. What? He's heavy. Hi. He's gonna lick my lips, isn't he? No. He's a good boy. The only abiding reality is God himself, and his order comes to me moment by moment. Here, Dad. He wants his food, and it's already wrapped up to take to work. There you go. The only abiding reality is God himself, and his order comes to me moment by moment. Because nothing that the Father does is screwy. It doesn't like leave you all hectic and dropping your phone and trying to do something you don't even know how to do it, so you start hitting the thing. Like it's not like that. There's an order to it. There's a beauty to it. There's a ease to it. You're not in a massive hurry, knocking stuff over as you go. Am I continually in touch with the reality of God? Or do I pray only when things have gone wrong? When they, in some disturbance in my life? I must learn to identify myself closely with my Lord in ways of holy fellowship and oneness that some of us have not yet even begun to learn. Oh, begin to learn it! That's when your life flows. That's when you can slow down and breathe all the way in. I must be about my Father's business. And I must learn to live every moment of my life in my Father's house. Like when I go to this fancy house, it's a really well-designed house, where they're finishing up all the drywall and stuff. So I'm making it look all pretty for the photographer to come and check out, the realtor, guy. So they can put it on the market. As I go about cleaning each room yesterday, and I will again today, I'm enjoying the beauty of the design because it's really well designed. Just imagining the love and the family that will be there and the memories that will be had. And I pray that there is people of the Father there. And if they're not, that people eventually come to this beautiful house and tell them about it. And so the intent I'm sowing as I'm wiping away a bunch of drywall, which by the way takes a minute. I didn't know it was in the dark. Hold on. Hi. Okay. So that's how you do anything about the Father's work. You can relate it to anything. Think about your own circumstances. Are you so closely identified with the Lord's life that you are simply a child of God? And if you do run around saying you're a child of God, what does that mean to you? Really think about it. What does your behavior suggest to others? Would they think you're a child of God? Would they? Would they really? I know. I have to work on cussing. I cuss a lot. I need really, I've been working on that for years. And sometimes I forget, and then other times I don't care. And then it's like, a child of God. Would God really care if I cuss? It's these sort of things. It could be anything. Pass it by your heart, and you're all right away. Go. Does Father care? If it's just one-on-one and it doesn't offend anybody, no. If I'm running around in front of people I don't know, and I'm strutting around saying I'm a child of God, first of all, no strutting around saying you're a child of God if you're cussing in front of people you don't even know. You could be offending them. See how that works? Yeah. Think about your own circumstances. Are you so closely identified with the Lord's life that you are simply a child of God, continually talking to him and realizing that everything comes from his hands? Is the eternal child in you living in his Father's house? ? Is the grace of his ministering life being worked out through you in your home, your business, and in your circle of friends? Like, are you ever actually bringing up even one single verse, no matter how small, like, and relating it to the circumstances of your day? That's how you do. I think that's how you do. I think that's how I've seen it do in my life. Is if you spend enough time in the Word, you'll be like, oh, and then that reminds me of this story in the Bible, and oh, that's just like that parable, or oh, that is so exactly what I felt like when I read that psalm. And then that's how you tell them about it. And they're like, what? And as opposed to just, oh, in the Bible. If you actually start spouting out the stories and how they relate to your day, you're going to really perk people's interest and be like, that's in the Bible? And you'll be like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's so much in the Bible that people don't have a clue about. So give them a clue. Have you been wondering why you are going through certain circumstances? Question mark. There's plenty of stories in the Bible that will relate on that stance to you. I guarantee you. You'll be like, why is this happening to me? Job always comes to mind. Oh, Job. Poor Job. Job was a good guy, but he had shitty friends. And his family was kind of cocky, which is sad because he was such a good guy. So why is his family cocky? Was it all his family? No, not all his family. But a clue might be that the wife was not very nice. So maybe that's why their kids weren't very all exactly. I don't know if all of them were bad. You know, he had a grip of them. But anyway, stuff like that. Stories like Job come to mind off the top. And there'll be other things depending on what's going on with you. Like, you did everything right and yet everybody left you. That's why that story came up too much. Oh, Jeanette, I know. Okay, have you been wondering why you are going through? Because the Father had better things for you. Had true love for you. True family. True, authentic things that would last. That's why the circumstances you're in is why you're in them. I'll tell you that right now. If you're a person that's coming from the heart, that's trying their best, that's getting up every day and forcing yourself to be in a better place because you know that to be in a negative place is a choice and that you have enough strength in the Bible and in the Father and in your circumstances to really start looking at the positive, and you push yourself out of your negativity into your positiveness with an assuredness, not of like, la, 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 everything's going to be fine because I said, but because you're actively in every way possible swerving towards that love of the Father and that confidence of the Father and that knowing in your faith and in your heart of hearts that even if circumstances are not what you thought they'd be, you're going to persevere through and things are going to get better. And then they do. And then you're grateful about that. You don't just like let that slide. You're like, I see right there, out of left field, boom. And you start making that your life. Till your circumstances change and sustain in that positive. That's how you do. Have you been wondering why you are going through certain circumstances? Because it's training. Is it because of your relationship with the Son of God who comes through the providential will of his Father into your life? Have you let JC into your life? Have you let Yeshua into your life? Have you given the Holy Spirit the honor it deserves and be like, wisdom, teach me wisdom, teach me. You must allow him to have his way with you, staying in perfect oneness with him, even in the transitional state through the circumstances. I mean, heck, where was I about? Oh gosh, on the 12th of last month, I was in the middle of the forest and my boyfriend just walked away. And I still don't know where he is. Was that easy to get through? Training taught me to get through it. Having tried really hard for 8 months with him and striving to understand and getting myself out of the way. Do I think about him? I force myself not to think about him a lot. But when I do, I set him love and light. And I don't live in the past. I live in this moment. And I don't go to the negative. So am I just spouting this stuff out, or am I putting it in action? I'm putting it in action. It can be a very uncomfortable. But like, even in the beautiful circumstances I'm at right now, when everything gets quiet at night, and I go outside and I sit, have my cigarette or whatever. I don't smoke a lot. I'm trying not to smoke a lot. I think 2 cigarettes a day is not a lot. So I can say that with conviction. I think anyone would say 2 cigarettes is not a lot. Oh, Dexter's getting off. The point is, allow yourself to feel whatever you're feeling. As I'm having those first drags of those cigarettes, I'm like, and I settle and I look up in the sky and I think about my family of origin and I allow that, and then I send them love and light, and then I think about, you know, like Scott or something, and I send him love and light, and then I think about all my good friends and my former friends and I send them love and light, and then, you know, I call some of them up if it's, you know, not too late, and then, or I send them texts in the morning, because you got to keep up with your friends, you know, and you do your prayers and you do your gratitude, and by the end of that cigarette, you find yourself still, and you just let it all swirl around you, but don't let anything stick, except the gratitude. You must allow him to have his way with you, staying in perfect oneness with him. The life of your Lord is to become your vital, simple life. And the way he worked and lived amongst people while here on earth must be the way he works and lives with you. Thank you, Mr. Chambers, for that. I better hurry because I'm about to, I can hear the boss man going like, you know, Mark Houston is like, we're going. You ready to go? I'm almost sorry. August 7th from Jesus Calling. Understanding will never bring you peace. That's why I have instructed you to trust in me. Not in your understanding, but in him, in his understanding. Human beings have a ferocious appetite for trying to figure things out in order to gain a sense of mastery over their lives. Oh, boo, don't bother. But the world presents you with an endless series of problems. Training. Cause and effect if you ain't in training. As soon as you master one set, another pops up to challenge you. The relief you had anticipated is short-lived. The relief you had anticipated is short-lived. Soon your mind is gearing up again, searching for understanding or mastery, instead of seeking me, your master. The wisest of all men, Solomon, could never think his way through to peace. That's true. Solomon, for those of you who don't know, is the one that wrote Proverbs. He's also King of David's son. Proverbs is right next to Psalms in the Bible. And it's like he did everything he could possibly do in good and bad ways because he had a grip of money and influence, and people just, you know, he was the king, so, and his dad was kind of a big deal. So it's the line that Christ came from, the line of Judah. Hi, Dexter. The wisest of all men, this Solomon guy, could never think his way through into peace. His vast understanding resulted in feelings of futility. He's eating your cookie. Futility. His vast understanding resulted in feelings of futility rather than in fulfillment. Okay, raise your hand if you've ever had friends that are musicians. Especially rock musicians. No, I'm sure all musicians. But they'd always like write the best songs after a breakup. It's kind of like that. Solomon would have these escapades and these adventures and try so hard. And then at the end of it, he's like, what's it all worth? It ain't nothing. If it don't got no soul, if it ain't got no heart. And so that's probably when he wrote the Proverbs. In that lull of like, what does it all mean? You know? The wisest of all men, Solomon, could never think his way through into peace. His vast understanding resulted in feelings of futility rather than in fulfillment. I gotta go. Finally, he lost his way and succumbed to the will of his wives by worshiping idols. Did you hear that, wives? Not very smart, man. For the smartest man ever, right? My peace is not an elusive goal. Shit. I gotta go. Sorry, Father. Didn't mean to cuss. Oh my gosh. My peace is not an elusive goal hidden at the center of some complicated maze. Actually, you are always enveloped in peace, which is inherent in my presence. As you look to me, you gain awareness of this precious peace. That was Proverbs 3:5-6, Romans 5:1, and 2 Thessalonians 3:16. Yay! Okay, I love you guys. I will see you in the, when you go somewhere new, there's a moment of adjusting. So, yeah, there will be a few days as I adjust and figure, hey, we're leaving. Got it.